What's that? Who there? Whoa.
So let's talk about the company, because right now you're kind of running it with a three-pronged approach, right? So and I'd love for you to talk about the initial way you framed it, and then of course because of COVID, I think that's probably why you've pressed the accelerator on the digital side. But you've got the physical spaces in the bathhouse, which I'd love for you to expand upon. You've got the digital product, which is the platform you're building, and then you've got the community. So maybe talk us through how those all come together and what the strategy has been since you started.
Totally. And all this stuff came from like legit an ice bath in my backyard. And there's just a ton of entrepreneurial lessons here that are almost the exact opposite of what I did, the first time around, building everything and like build it will come, and like really being cognizant of spend and like making your ideas go as far as possible. And so, it's such a great, like, I'm just so passionate about what we're building now. And the vision is really like, it's grown beyond. It's just a space where we can be healthy together and like healthier and happier in community, authentically connecting to help deal with life's modern stress, right? And it's all these different journeys you're taking, your health journey, your community journey, your inward journey, to really help you grow, but in a way that's like fun and cool. And so that wasn't the mission when we started. We started because, there was no cold water in my house. And so me and a couple friends built an ice bath and put it in my backyard. And even the first ice bath, we were going to buy one and it was expensive. And so we messaged the owners of the company, Morasco Forge, super cool company for ice baths, check it out. And I was like, listen, if you guys come up here, maybe we can build it together to save on costs. And if you've never been to Canada, I'll pay for your flight. And my partners were like, these guys are going to tell you to take a hike. Like, no one's going to come up here and build up their product with you. And they saw it and were super cool. We're like, we've never been to Canada. We would love to. So they literally sent me their design plans. We ordered all the parts and we spent like a couple days building this, automated ice bath by hand in my backyard. And then I'm still working for Ethereum at this point. And so every night, me, my partners that just loved cold plunges, we start inviting people over, so we'd go to local gyms, health restaurants, just our friends, and have people buy and just like, yo, you want to come experience an ice bath? And at first it was just an ice bath. Then it became, an ice bath with like essential oils and sound bowls. Then it became a guided meditation as we noticed that, it's not really about the health benefits. It's about the mental state. And then, all of a sudden we have about 150 person WhatsApp group and people are just showing up at my house. And I'm having coffee. I'm looking out in the backyard. There's like 4 people just taking an ice bath. I'm like, well, this is cool. And so it starts getting cold and we're like, well, what are we going to do? And so we looked at my garage and like the next step, okay, well, maybe we don't need the full space. We can do something small to test. And so, we put in a sauna, ice bath. We do a little landing page and it was just going to be an event space. And my sister came in one day. It was like, yo, like, implementing a booking system is pretty easy. So we got insurance, put up a billing platform, and all of a sudden people are coming. Right. And we're like, within 2 months, just through word of mouth, we're doing 30 people a day. And so it's still like a side project. And we're just like, well, this is cool. And that's when things started to really change of like, wow, this is powerful. Like people would come in the sauna together and then go on like a ski trip, meeting one time. And you're like, what is happening here? And so then we started doing amazing programming. So not just like sauna and ice bath, but, 6 people in a sauna in the complete darkness sharing their fears. And then like vocal toning together, a couple eye gazing, doing a couples plunge, connecting their heart rates in the ice bath, going in the ice bath until you're shivering, laying on the ground, doing a trauma release exercise to like kind of getting to these same states of meditation and psychedelic medicines, but in a way that's like way less frightening and way more approachable and accessible. And so how we were selling it was like, come to this cool space that's kind of like the coolest bar you're going to go to in terms of the design, the music, the smells. I do these things that like make you feel alive and amazing, right? Like after you do this thing you're afraid of, you have this adrenal effect in the ice bath, you feel amazing. You want to share. You're like, yeah, man, like let's listen, this is who I am. It's so cool doing that with you. Exactly. Then you go in the sauna, no one's on their phone, you start sharing. And then even further, the instructor is guiding you to emotional experiences, to these heart-opening experiences. Like I would see people, strangers, like fully sharing like what they're afraid of, what they want to accomplish, and then be like, wow, this is such a good way to socialize. I don't even share this with like my closest friends because you're not prompted and you don't feel these same feelings of aliveness and elation doing other things. And so then we got the idea was, well, why can't we build, the social space of the future for like, if you're into, for entrepreneurs listening, like, do you necessarily want to go out and have 6 beers to hang out now? Like you want to perform, right? You want to feel good. You want to connect. And so we were thinking like for people into meditation, into psychedelic medicines, into biohacking, into entrepreneurship, into performance, where do those people hang out? All of those things are new, but the social settings that support them have not developed. So they're literally in Toronto, at least it wasn't a single place where you could hang out in that environment. You could like grow together, learn together and have it be fun. And so had to shut that down during COVID. And some of the breathwork sessions we were doing as part of these classes, we just started doing online. And so another example of like, okay, MVP, right? What's the MVP? Well, it's a free Zoom link every Sunday and no production, a microphone, just guiding some people. And like legit during COVID, hundreds of people started coming, we started doing it every week for a summer just for free. People started donating. They were asking for recordings. They were saying like, oh, can I get a breathwork for sleep? Can I get one for waking up? And at that point, I'd also read James Nestor's book. I'd read pretty much every research paper on breathwork. I'd taken the Wim Hof training. We did the XPT course and just found out there's a ton here. It's not just for these heart opening things. As I mentioned before, it's for sleep, it's for anxiety, it's for your foundational patterns, which everyone's struggling with and just seemed like a huge problem. And then the product kind of got pulled out of us. So we started with an awesome course site and just put up a few videos. We filmed them internally, scripted the sessions, bought the camera, edited everything, and like legit, probably super, super cheap. I think we'd spent less than $5,000 on the first version, just us making it and put it out there, watched what happened, interviewed customers, had them look at the landing page. What does it mean? Every time someone used it 3 times, we'd interview them, ask them to refer a friend, kept doing the lives, having every 2 weeks a session for all our customers to ask for feature requests. And over time, we built what I think is now the largest breathwork library in the world with a few hundred sessions across like any topic you can imagine with beautiful videos. And now we're looking to move towards a mobile app. And so that kind of came at the same time while we were closed. And this whole journey to build this physical space, it's been about 2 years now. We just signed a lease a couple months ago. We're starting to build flagship location in Toronto, 40-person sauna, like nightclub sound system, light shows. Like just imagine you're in there, like in this place that feels like a Soho house. There's a fire pit inside where you talk around because humans have talked around a fire since the beginning of time. There's 4 ice baths and you're coming in for like a class, a show, entertainment, you're socializing and you leave just feeling amazing, connected, healthy. The designs, like the lights are all like a low red. So you feel like super safe. It's like we just got we're working with amazing interior designer. We just got our first set of renderings, like seeing the vision come to life. So excited. And so now with both these products starting to work, our vision is physical space that you go to weekly, right? With your friends, your community. You go there to learn, to meet others that are part of this tribe that wants to grow in a way that's fun. You have your digital app at home, which is your daily breathwork practice, which is again, fun, mindful, helping you feel better. And then there's a digital community in Slack where there's courses. And so, in Slack, you might come to a new city. You're like, I want to find my inward tribe. And you pop in the Slack for that city, you find a bunch of people. Oh, these people are interested in breathwork and fasting and meditation and psychedelics, wicked. And then you have a space to go around that. And so we really want to be this new, almost other world where you go on your journey together with other people to make you feel better, So that's the vision now and kind of how we got here.